What's up, juggalos and juggalettes? Guys, I am going to admit I am not a juggalo, but I appreciate Insane Clown Posse, like not a lot of people do in the UK or in America. This band are the living embodiment of the dream. Whatever the dream is to you, they are living it. These guys have reached number 4 on Billboard countless times. They've gone back and forth. They are a duo. They clown around. They've created their own empire, their own fan base, their own culture that is beyond ICP. It's more than ICP. It's like a cult in a way. It's not even a cult. It's a family, but a gathering. And they've created like a discipleness with the Juggalo movement, and whether we laugh at it, we can laugh, the critics can laugh, everyone can laugh. These guys, their performances on Billboard are crazy, like to always get in the top 20 virtually for an independent band that barely get on radio. It is insane. Clown Posse. This is my ticket from the Manchester show, which got cancelled, and I never got to see them in the UK, and I'm gutted about that, juggalos and juggalettes, because it was with Mushroom Head and it would have been an ace show, and I was gutted. It got cancelled. I got my money back, but it got cancelled. This is a rare ticket. If anyone is interested just to have it as a show that never happened, contact me on YouTube. I'm going to put my ICP playlist in here. It's an ultimate playlist, and we're going to get to the album ranking right now. But that's a separate matter. If you want this ticket just as a rarity, contact me. I'm not saying it's worth anything, but I was devastated that I didn't get to see them, because they are a cult band. I remember them from the early days in the 90s. Marilyn Manson shirts were big, Antichrist Superstar. This was before Slipknot. This is what I got to tell people. This was before Slipknot blew up and knocked Cold Chamber and everyone off the radar. This was 97 era. I remember the Great Milenko. I saw the shirts a lot around in HMV. People would wear them. I always saw the album in the store, and it always made me think, who are these guys? I'll never forget MTV2 and The Box, and it was always on there. It was number 1 on that channel, apparently. And I remember seeing a Hall of Illusions on there a lot. Let's take a walk on our way, it's a long day. Then you'd hear it in clubs. And that's just a testament to what they were doing at the time. These were one of the first bands. This was before the Bloodhound Gang blew up. This was before Hollywood Undead did all that. This was before shock rock had a sort of revitalisation in the 90s. So we're going to do all the albums, and I'm going to rank them fairly. So let's go. At number 14, what is on the Joker card? We have the Mighty Death Pop. I've tried to craft this so it will good, and it's going to be hard to do this. At number 14, we had the Mighty Death Pop. It's not for me. It's not. It's an album that, yeah. In the list, I don't really like the Chris Benoit saga. It doesn't really do anything for me. It's not really a good album. There's bits. I like the Fred Durst collaboration on the red one. And just for fans that don't know ICP, or people that don't know about ICP, ICP tend to do Joker cards, which they've always done. They've had a stack of Joker cards. It's fantastic marketing. So they do them in decks, and so that's how they market all their albums, basically. And it's fantastic imagination, which also causes lack of creativity when you've nothing left to do and you're like, okay, what we're going to do now? When you stick to the Joker card and you're like, okay, you need to do something else. But on this, it's just a bad mash, and I don't like the Mighty Death Pop. At number 13, another album which for me doesn't quite do it. It's Fearless Fred Fury. Not feeling this album whatsoever. I don't know why. Maybe I was expecting more anthems, more darkness, and I never got it. I like ICP when it's less of the less of that and the G-funk and more of the serious. I like it when it's dark and it's stuck to dark and it's on that Marilyn Manson vibe. When it's serious and the delivery is serious and then he builds, that is when Violent J, aka Joseph Bruce, is absolutely phenomenal with his delivery when he builds it up and then he goes higher. That is craftsmanship. For me, when it's corny and then when it does the sort of barbecue music, it sounds really lame and it lets it down, because I like it when it's just serious, because that's when they can actually take these clowns seriously and they're no longer clowning around. And the weaknesses are when they're like, say the guitar solos sound like Lil Wayne's playing on them. Apart from that, they've got some really good songs, but not on Fearless Red Fury. I didn't rate it. At number 14, The Marvelous Missing Link. I'll show it you in a minute. I'm just trying to get over it. I don't really like this. The Marvelous Missing Link. It's, again, it has moments. I like Mr. White Suit, is it? And that's, yeah, Mr. White Suit's good. Sounds a bit like Black Eyed Peas. No, it's going for that 80s vibe. Juggalo Party's pretty cool, but there's nothing on here that makes you think, whoa, basically. So that's at number 12. At number 11, now this album's controversial. A lot of people love this. For the life of me, I don't know why. It's got two good songs, one being In My Room, and there's not many good songs on this. Not for me. Hell's Pit, don't see the fuss. I love In My Room though. Love In My Room, I can't ignore it. I love it. Like with the I don't know what it is, the tribal thing. Not a ukulele, is it? I don't know what it is, but it's like a bong thing, innit? It's got an African vibe, tribal, witchcraft. Love the beat on that. Love everything about that song. But apart from that, the album pretty much sucks. So that's at number 11. At number 10, surprisingly, it's Young Young Bedlam. Good album. Shocked me. Here Comes the Carnival, Wretched, some good stuff on here. Panic Attack, Carnival of Lights, Ain't No Time with Roadside Ghost. Good song. Now guys, I'm looking for a song with ICP that features a female. Do-do-do-do. Let me tell you about this. Do-do-do-do. Been a bit upon the water. Something like that. I can't find it anywhere, and I'd hoping some of you juggalos could tell me which song it is, because I like it. It's like a country song. Pretty much on the Homies vibe. Anyway. I thought it was manic depressive, but it isn't. Okay, so at number 9. This is a good album. It's quite euphoric. I like the beat about it. I like the energy. I'm going to unveil the next ICP album. It is The Tempest. Really good album for me. Energy's cool, like Nitro ICP. Alley Rat, doom, 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 doom. Ride the Tempest, Sky is Falling. Humdrum Boogie. What About Now? Watch My Ride. Bit weak, but still good. Good album. Justice. Yeah. Tempest is pretty decent. He got Bitch I Lied, it's alright part of you. And if I was a serial killer, keeping that humour and the dark tone, but yeah, good album. I like the energy, I like the beats on this, and I noticed the beats get better as the career goes on, where they start from the G funk and the typical to the, and then they get heavier and they get more well produced, and it's awesome. Tempest is a quality album for me. Maybe not for everyone, but for me it is. At number 8, we have got... What's it gonna be? What can we reveal? Bizar. Great double album. I think the decision to do 2 is a bit silly. They could have just done 1 album, but Tilt a Whirl. Oh my god. Catchy, the video's great, the energy's great, and Sharon Osbourne, woo, we won the bet. If you don't know, Sharon Osbourne said they would only sell 2,000 units, and guess what? I think it was 4,000. She said they'd get dropped. They left the label and moved on. But they won the bet. I doubt she paid up. She probably did in other ways. Anyway, that serves her right, you snob. They're just guys having a dream. Granted, they were a little rude in that interview, but they were set up on the Howard Stern show, and Sharon Osbourne was basically saying there yesterday's news when she had Coal Chamber. Yeah, it was just a bit of a... She was really nasty on that and a bit snobby. And I thought, yeah, she might have been writing stages, but the sales showed. They're still on Billboard. Coal Chamber around. Peace. Anyway, although I'm a fan of them, but yeah, I am. But I'm just saying, for the debate, it was basically Sharon being bitter because they got kicked off the tour because they sucked. As Violent J and Shaggy 2 Dope say. It wasn't happening. Sort of like Crazy Town at Ozfest. Anyway, at number 7, Bizzaar's a really good album. I love Bizzaar. I love Tilt a Whirl. It's like a good, bad and the ugly of ICP. It's a really strong album. Mr. Happy. Let's Go All the Way. The cover, which I love the key change in that. The little, goes darker questions. Love questions. Tell why. Why. Love that. That is cool. I'm just going to switch my light on because it is a little dark at the moment. So there we go. Better. We've got some light. Thank God for that. It was going dark. So okay. Questions. Mr. Happy. Radio Stars. Yes, really good album. I like Questions a lot. I just think it rocks. Okay. So number 7, controversial, but I'm gonna go with Riddlebox. For me, there's some good poetry in this, but it's a little too... The pace doesn't do it for me. It's dark. It's good, but the pacing's just... Cemetery Girl. There's some really good songs on here. The Show Must Go On. Riddlebox. But I'm one about the beats and the production and the flow. And if that's not working for me, Killing Fields. There's a lot of heavy stuff on this and creativeness. Chicken Hunting, the Slaughterhouse mix is quality. Riddlebox, The Show Must Go On. It's a really good album, this. Maybe I should have it higher. But in this franchise, I actually prefer another album, which I'm going to go on in a minute. But I love how creative this album is. It's so creative. The lyrics are absolutely fantastic. The poetry, they're really in the form in terms of the darkness. Killing Field 12, I'll Leave Lie, Dead Body Man, The Joker's Wild. Yeah, Three Rings, Cemetery Girl, Toy Box is sensational. This is awesome. But in this series of the early 90s, 92 onwards, I prefer another album. And this will be controversial, but Shock Cells. And coming in at number 6, Carnival of Carnage. What a debut for me. What I like about it is the 2-pack vibes. They sound like white 2-packs. Now, whether you can say wigger and all that, you know, wigger, however you do it, wigger, who cares? Like, all that. It's just entertainment because they're white. I'm going to get off that old wigger thing because that's sort of got its race connotations in its own right, in its own right. But anyway, the frat party stuff, the beats, the flow, reminds me of Third Base as well. It's got that 2-pack vibe. I love Guts in the Ceiling. Love that. It's got sort of a dark Prince vibe about it. Night of the Axe, Psychopathic. Your Rebel Flag, I love the lyrics in that. I love the energy. Redneck Ho. Great. Carnival. Just the whole flow was so 90s and the beats, and it's dead fratty vibe as well. And the flow's great, and it's just like, it's fun. And for me, it works more than Toy Box. Although that's more creative, this is just more like down to basics. Just get your groove on, get your Faygo or whatever. I don't drink Faygo, by the way, but I've never tried it. Send me some. Anyway, that's at number 6. At number 5, we have Ringmaster. I was going to do the whole reveal, but I'll just do it on and off. Ringmaster is where you get the best of Riddlebox for me and Carnival of Carnage. I find it better than Riddlebox. I don't know why, just the tone. Murder Go Round, Southwest Song I love. My Funhouse, I really like. Rage Against the Machine. This time the bullet go back here. A yellow ribbon instead of a swastika. Nothing wrong about your propaganda. It's that bloody song called Just Victims of the In-House Drive-By. They see you. Same sort of lick. Now, whether they've took that off this or vice versa. Bullying in the head. Unless, I don't know if this was intentional, but it sounds pretty much the same, the bass, but I like that. And Mr. Funhouse is a great tune. Wagon Wagon, The Loons, The Dead One, Bugs on My Nuts is good. Is it? House of Mirrors, again, awesome. By the way, check out my cover of a certain song later. I'll put that in there. My voice was a little bit whiny on it, but yeah, I'll put that in here. Check out my cover of Nothing's Left. Just thought I'd plug that. Anyway, so yeah, the Ringmaster carries on the Joker card, and this is where they're really getting into it now, like finding an identity. And I think it's brilliant. More focused for me than the Carnival of Carnage, and less ponderous than Riddlebox. So I really like Ringmaster. And this is going to shock a lot of people again, why this album is so high up. Because it was a comeback, because it touches on, in the song It's All Over, stuff we're going through today with COVID-19. So I feel like Violent J and Shaggy 2 don't see this, and they see what's to come with the media. They know what's going to come before we do, sort of thing. The inevitable. Bang Pow Boom is amazing. There you go. Bang Pow Boom. I really like this album. I think it's dark, I think it's focused, I think it's poised, I think the beats are fantastic, the production, the flow, everything about this album rules. Zombie Slide, the bone in your face, To Catch a Predator. It's just focused. It's got some good rock pop. I Found the Body, How to Kill You, Juggalo Island, Vultures, Vera Lee, Miracles. Corny but fun. Bang Pow Boom again ends it well. And then It's All Over. This is the gold version I like, because you've got Tonight, It's All Over, Supernatural, Bang Boom Sampler. I love, again, Zombie Slide. There's so many good songs, even Homies towards the end. I love that, the change. Sort of got that Kendrick Lamar flip, like Bad Eminem, it flips. I love that. The production on this is superb. The performance on the charts was absolutely amazing. And I just think this album is brilliant. They finally hit the dark part where it was dark, serious and poppy at the same time. It's diverse, but it's good and it's well crafted. So the top three, guys. Now this album, this is tough. This is really tough. At number 3, this is an amazing album. What's it going to be at number 3? The Wraith. Shangri-La, The Wraith. Critics slam this because at the time it was good to do that. I noticed when it's the thing to slam the band and like that everyone else slams, you're only gaining points doing that. So they just said, yeah, it sucks. This is an absolutely brilliant ICP album. Die Unveiling is the best track on it, and it's at the end, which makes it more fitting, because you got some quality rock stuff here, country rock, like Crossing Night Bridge, to the other side, The Raven's Mirror, The Wraith, Die Unveiling, where they basically admit it's all about God, and that is what we were trying to tell you all along. So put your money into our cups. Make a donation. Anyway, it's crafty, but it's good. Could have just said it. Could have said it on the first album. Do you know, Carnival of God? Not the same thing, is it? I like it. They lured us in. They got us. Welcome to the show. Get your wicked on. Murder Rap, Birthday Bitches, Blam, It Rains Diamonds. Really like. Homies, come on. It's an amazing single. It's classic country rock with a great hook, and the video was great, and it's just celebratory, and it's just like fun. So they had when they were focused, they had the good fun. We Belong. What an album! I love the beginning, but and the way it just builds and sort of manifests itself into a great album. I love it. I highly recommend it. It is fantastic. The Wraith, Shangri-La at number 3. So it doesn't take a genius to work out that I don't have to use this anymore, because I've got these 2 albums, and this is a tough choice, and I'm pretty sure you know where we're going. But I'm going to be honest. At number 2, it's a sign of the times. It infuses the dark with a little bit of ska and great cinematics and great fun and skips. Kids, this is a CD. The amazing Jeckel brothers. Watch the Woodstock set, I might slam it in there, and you'll know what I mean about the sign of the times, the 90s. The lyrics in here are poignant. F the World, the Gene Simmons references, the Dalai Lama, all of that, but everything is just of the time. It's hot, it's fresh, it's 90s, and all the songs are cool on this album. They really do the samples well on this. Nothing's Left, Check My Cover, fantastic. The lyrics in that, amazing. True. Echo Side, I always put that after Die Unveiling in my playlist, it just fits. Everybody Rise, Play With Me, Jeckel, F the World, Terrible, terrible, you don't know the Scar Vibes, Of the Time, Smash Mouth Thing, I stab people, I want my shit. Bring It On, Jeckel, another love song, love, love, love that song. It's a Beck sample as well. For those that don't know, Odyssey, Odelay, sorry. It's off Odelay. One of the songs for you jealous, just something, I forgot what the song's called, but yeah, it's a Beck song. The sample. Wow. Day through in that. Make it a little bit more serene, a little bit more sinister. The video I'll never forget, Behind the Music, VH1. They blamed ICP for the Dylan and Klebold, which is like blaming me for the Holocaust. Doesn't work. Anyway, even though I was born on the same day as Hitler, and that's a fact, 20th of April 1984, scary. Anyway, that's some deep stuff, but yeah. Anyway, Bring It On, I Want My Shizzle, He's Terrible, I Stab People, Jeckel, Everybody Rise, Play With Me, After World, The Shaggy Show, Echo Side I Like, Love Assassins. What an album. What an album. Just the whole layers, it just takes you to a sunny vibe and just takes you there. And we're going to go to number one, guys, and this album's flawless. Absolutely flawless horrorcore. It's like a 101 of horrorcore. The samples are great, the hooks are the best they've ever been. Let's take a walk, Piggy Pie, Hocus Pocus, Focus Ride, I'll never forget being in a club and someone saying, "Are you down with a clown? Are you down with a clown?" And I didn't know what they were talking about. And then someone went, ICP, and I'm like, what? They were quite big in the UK at this time. This was beyond like 97, by the way, when he said this. This was about 2002, when I was actually old enough to look like I could get in a club. Because I never looked my age, even at 18. I had to wait a year or two to get into clubs. Still do. I'm older than I look, but anyway. I remember the shirt, I remember the whole visuals, and it just takes you to the time when these were the hottest things. These were like quite big in the UK. They were quite big. Not massively, but pretty much they had a massive following. And I'll never forget like Southwest Voodoo, How Many Times. You'd hear them at parties. You'd hear all that stuff. You'd see it on MTV. And the production on this is just caters to the metal crowd because it's big and it focuses on the rock and the shock. And Marilyn Manson, Antichrist Superstar, I've got in mind when I'm thinking, what market you're going to try and get perfect for the time, really. Every song on here is flawless. It just flows. Great Milenko, Alice Cooper intro at the beginning, which they met in Arizona to work that out. I go on Google. Hocus Pocus, How Many Times, Pass Me By, brilliant song. The Needham Game, Hallelujah. Boogie Boogie Woo, House of Horrors, What Is a Juggalo, Under the Moon. They really found their identity on here and went with it. It's such a well-crafted album. Every single song on this is superb for that genre. Like, I'm not saying like, I'm not saying it's Springsteen, but what I'm saying is, for the time, if you listen to it, it's not even a time thing, it just takes you to like, again, the fairground, and a wicked one. It's Down with the Wicked, but it's fun. It always, as dark as it is, it always has that fun element where it's not too sinister. It's always it's in on its own joke. And if clowns aren't in on their own joke, then who is? But you know what I'm saying. So Down with a Clown, just like that. Pass Me By. There's not a bad song on here. I love the Needham Game as well. All the samples, the keyboard, the delivery, it is on it. With the production, it's just like in your face. You can't deny the hooks on this album. The production's probably the best it had been at this point. And this is my favourite ICP album, guys. there you go. I don't know why they get so much hate. I think it's because they're just two white boys that are doing it, and because they make fun of themselves, or because there's the image with it as well. People can say they can't rap, but they clearly can. Like, in the flow, listen to the delivery. If you're rapping along to it, then they can rap. If you're sort of trying to catch on with it, and if you can't keep up with it, then you know they can rap. But what I'm saying is that's just I think the thing that went against them was the fact they were white and they were clowns. I like Eminem, I ain't gonna lie. I like Kendrick Lamar, I like good rap. But at the same time, you've got to give credit where it's due. They write some good flows, and it's not too over the top. It's simplistic and formulated to the point where you get what they're saying, and that is because of the delivery. The lyrics aren't like, they're not going to do too many multis on you. They're not going to throw in too many ciphers, few, but they always keep it basic enough so you can sing along to it, rather than just going on a like King ISO or a crazy lyrical, like, articulation and flipping. They just keep it basic. Maybe that's because of their capabilities. Let the beat drag it. And that's what I like. It's simple, but it's in your face. And it's boom. And this album is just, the imagination is fantastic. The way they worked on the carnival stuff and the clown. And if you're going to do it, you've got to be quite lyrical, know what you're talking about. You can't just go, okay, do a clown and talk about oranges and juggling. You've got to know about the history, and they're well read. Whether people like to admit it or not, they may not act it or sound it, but they are. They took the image seriously, they take what they do seriously, but not themselves, I don't think. And to live the dream on a thing where no one was doing this, yes, Alice Cooper had the shot, but to be clowns and not just say, right, we're going to dress up as clowns, but we're going to learn about the whole culture and the dark side, and sort of, it's good. It means good research, and they take care of the craft of it, and the marketing is absolutely sensational because it gives them identity. But the music is good, and I don't think they get enough credit for that. Check out my playlist on Spotify. It's fantastic. I've tried to put in the best power songs for a set list as opposed to just one, like just all the 90s, early 90s, because the production's so different. You can tell the sort of later stuff holds better on a playlist because the production and the beats are like superb. Mikey Clark, recommend, what a producer, and that helps. ICP, they don't get enough credit for what they've achieved. To still get on the billboard all that time and stay there and have a fan base which surpasses just now. Like, that's probably going to continue for the next 10, 20 years. That's more than just like creating a buzz and being big. They've created sort of new lives out of their own image. Out of the Juggalo, it's created its own, it's sort of a fan base and a cult and a collection of people, a tribe. And I'm not even like saying I'm a Juggalo or anything. I'm just a fan of the band, like the music. I'm not faking it. I'm not speaking for anyone, but I can respect it. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed my video. Tell me your top albums. This was a trip. I loved doing it. I couldn't wait to do it. I'm out. Peace.